Gentlemen, welcome back to the shop. All praise Mother Earth. Gaia had been intended, what with the imminent arrival of summer here in Canada. It took us by surprise last year, came on a Tuesday. I had intended to be working outside, however, instead I dug through the round to it bin in order to have a look at this ancient piece of technology, heavy duty 3/8 drive Racchetti cord buster from the Craftsman. The British springtime gales whipping through me drawers. I had a girlfriend like that. Close your legs, there's a draft. She wasn't the one. You can see this was built by Mexicans in Mexico. I think we can all agree the world needs more Mexico.
Han de pensar que estando encerrada, ¡ay! Vas a dejar pronto.
Something about that guy really puts things in perspective. You're having a bad day, just put that on your playlist. Perks you right up. Speaking of which, I received this in the mail recently. What's a half dozen years between friends? Something about these vintage focus, you fuck. Thank you. These vintage tools. A beauty, a bonny, and a joy forever. 38 years old. Never chooched a girl. Look at the anvil on that one. Never seen so much as a female socket. Poor thing. This is not sputtered plastique. It's actual genuine metal. Incredible. You don't see them like this anymore. A fellow was kind enough to send this in for our tear-downery and subsequent edification. It goes in the pile, which is precipitously close to toppling over, so every now and again I gotta pull one out for Jenga effect. I have no idea when this would have been made, but it does have Torx fasteners, so it can't be. It looks like 4th month of '89 this was printed. Speaking to sending stuff in, I gotta tip my glass. Spank you, gentlemen's, what throw some beer money in the pot. Generally invest it in tools and booze. Sometimes I waste it on things like cameras. This one, fellas, we're getting tired of looking through a haze of human effluvia and starting to get a little glitchy, a little bit too quick on the focus. So we got a new camera. I don't know if you've noticed, but we're in beautiful, sparkling something vision. See what else is in the box here. Craptacular DC power supply for very likely NiCad battery charging. A wall mount. Assorted sundries. Bag intact. I'm sure my dog Buddy wishes he could say the same. He's doing fine, by the way. He's old, half blind, just got the one eye working, and deaf as a post, but now there's nobody yelling at him, so that's kind of nice. We'll let that chooch. See if we can get those batteries to take a bit of a charge. They should be nickel cadmium, maybe nickel metal hydride. Quite a robust, if not very energy dense, but quite a robust technology, chemistry, battery chemistry. So we'll see. Das works. Das working. If and we get lucky, much like the Dew Claw, we'll get 2 pumps, a squirt, let the smoke out. In my best Hollywood Denglish, submarine mariner German, das ist working nicht. This tool predates needing to fuck over your clients by changing the fasteners, not allowing them to fix things and so forth. T15 fasteners the whole way around. Boom, 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 boom. I messed that up. As you meet in Mexico, UK. That's got to be somewhere up there in the Midlands. You've no doubt heard of the famous battery mills of Heffords and Goler's Mews upon Worcestershire. These connections, they're friction stake-ons. Look at that. For ease of assembly, there is no soldering whatsoever to get from the battery to the, and also I believe the switch. No overcurrent protection, but that's also friction fit with a little tab. Look at that. Some signs of the green death on this input side of the switch. Nothing too terrible. Snap action, very mushy and gnarly on this switch. Not a fantastic switch at all. We're going to put this on the power supply and see if we can't force some angry pixies in there. Mildly annoyed, rather. 3.6 volts. Got her on that constant power supply. 60.69 amps. Oh, it's dropping now. It's not constant. 3.7 volts. Now the clamshell die-cast zinc, maybe a blend of 11 herbs and spices, very small, tight grain, and it's die-cast, as witnessed by the ejection pins and the amount of detail here, knurled in the mold itself. Now the grease got no stank to her, but it is separating. Got some oily bits there. This tool was never used to any particular amount. Now the box did come sealed, but I believe that's hot snot resealed on there. However, the tools were still in the bag. Ooh, so maybe this tool has never been apart, or maybe the box never been apart. We have a small hobby brushed DC motor with a D shaft for driving into the gear reduction here, which drives a pinion, which drives a bowl gear. The gear reduction, the initial low torque is nylon gears in a zinc casement, and then the lower gear set, higher torque, well, there's the pinion there, zinc pinion in plastic, not nylon rather, Delrin, acetyl, Delrin, yeah. Now the first stage of this gear set, the acetyl gears on a metal carrier, planet carrier. The second, so this would be high speed, low torque on the input section, and then on the secondary section here, these are metal. A fella left a joke. What did the metallurgist say to his priest? Forgive me, Father, for I have sintered. These are sintered metal gears, and they're locked on the carrier. They do not spin. So that carrier is locked and then feeds with a double D drive, square drive, into the back of the pinion. And there's a little bearing in there, just one bearing on that pinion. So that would be suspect for long-term abuse. Just that one bearing being cantilevered out. Bearings work best when they're in pairs, of course. It eliminates the bending moment. This is something you do not see on modern day ratchets because the reversing mechanism is all mechanical. In this case, the reversing mechanism is both, well, it's electromechanical. You see here, there's a tie rod actuates on the switch to reverse the polarity going to the motor. Of course, a DC motor, you want to reverse the polarity. The output of the motor gearbox goes into a 90-degree drive, which has a bull gear on the back side. That's just turning 1-to-1 straight metal injection molded part. That gear drives the big gear on the anvil. Now this spins quite free for a little bit and then catches. And you got to kind of press down on it. But what's going on here is that your ratcheting mechanism one way and then lock the other way. Like so. And then if you want to reverse the direction, you push the pawl over. Now it locks that direction. So it's got some clutchy bits in here. I don't know what new devilry, rather old devilry, is in here. What allows this to turn a full turn and a half. 120 plus 360 is 480. Prior to lockup. You look at that. Pay attention to this flat. All the way around, 360. 420-ish. What's a few degrees amongst dope smokers anyway? This, I don't know how this works, but I intend to find out. That's quite a battle, as witnessed by the state of my glove. Much like battle plans, these black gloves never survive contact with the front of me. A little worse for the wearing, and the thing spring and sprung, and I can't figure out how. I can't. There's 3 components. I can't for the life of me figure out why, how, and where to. There's got to be something missing. I must have lost something. Because now it doesn't even want to try to lock. This is interesting to me. There's a Half Moon Raceway. Now, unfortunately, this hasn't been used. So if that raceway did something, we would see some wear in there. But looking at it, I must have lost a ball, dropped a nut. Yoo-hoo. Yoo-hoo. Good fucking luck. Ought to give that guy a Viking burial. Look at this. Buy a lotto ticket. What are the odds? Slim to nil. Regardons ça, ça fit comme le gant d'O.J. Simpson. That's it. That's the one. Mildly crunchier for the outing, but nothing a little wearing in can't fix. Having a look at the inwards, this tool warrants a little bit of an upgrade. We're going to put in some lithium cells. I don't know if I'm going to be able to charge those up or if they'll take any charge at all, but I love this because there's no PCB board. There's no brain boxery, no electronicals. It's just a switch and a battery. A beautiful thing. A little bit clunky in the difference, but she warrants a proper build up. So we're going to build this up proper wise. I want to get on to something else to do a little bit of machining. The Haas is up and running again. We had some problems recommissioning it, but I managed to snag some railroad rail. I don't know what other kind of rail there is, but railroad rail. I'm going to make some cool shit out of that, hack that up. That's real good steel, right? So we'll be able to harden it. Going to machine some fun little doodads up. And in the interim, when I feel like this, after it's come up to temperature on the healing bench, which is apparently where tools go to die, we'll get this back together, show you what she can do and how for and so forth. Thanks for joining me for a chuckle in the shop. Thanks for the new camera, boys. I'm sure you guys appreciate it too. And yes, thanks for watching. Keep your dick in a vice.